Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video, I'm doing a review of the, probably going to say it wrong, Legami, Milano notebook. So if you recall, probably like a year ago, I found their weekly planner and I quite liked it, except it had yellow paper. So when I found this one while I was in Europe, the first thing I checked was the paper, and this one has bright white. Look how nice and white that is. Love it. So this one is their doc grid notebook, but it does actually have some other planning pages as well. Don't know if you can read that. It's got like monthly planning, it's got little weather trackers on each page. So it's kind of like a bullet journal, but with a little bit extra. And if you like to use the traditional square monthly planner calendar layout, then this one already has it for you, so you don't have to rule it up. So the page size is what you would expect for a doc grid notebook, the typical about 5.25 inches wide by around about 8.5 inches high. They did have some other colors to choose from, but I quite like this pink. There's nothing on the spine. It does have a giant elastic band, as you can see. And the other thing that's a little bit different is it has this little thing inside, this thing here, where instead of like a pocket folder or something, you can put the page there and then, you know, close it and elastic band it that way, and also use it as like a bookmark. Just kind of random little thing they added on. Okay, so let's have a look inside. So it does have a contents page, but given that there's about 180, I think it was, okay, no, so it's a bit much. I don't know, about 185 doc grid pages. I do think the contents page could be a little bigger. It's only just this like 3/4 of a page, and then it's got a key, and then it just goes into other pages. So they could expand the contents page. Something a bit different, which I kind of noticed most European planners and also the Blue Sky American ones, they include things like a world map or like a time zones or a phone dialing number code. This map's a little different though. So you've got a little key, and then you can color in all the places you've been, where you want to go, business travel, etc. So make a nice rainbow map. And this is what I was talking about by some of the like pre-created pages for you. So you got a yearly goals by category, and you will tick it off when you're done. And then these are those monthly calendars, well, they call it a monthly planner, but I call it a monthly calendar, that I was telling you about earlier. So undated, add your own dates, and a little box down the bottom here. It is a bit squished for space. You might want to use like some colored dot stickers or some code, or maybe put some chevron washi tape or something in there, because the boxes are a little squishy. Undated, so start using it whenever you want, and there's enough for like 12 months worth if you wanted to use it for a year. And then after that, it goes into the doc grid pages. So I quite like when doc grid notebooks have this kind of title box, blank space up above, because then I put, you know, today's date or the week of, etc. It does have this little weather tracker, not sure I'd actually use that, but it's there if you want it. And then all of the doc grid, which is darker than most. So this is almost like a dark grey bordering on black. It's not a subtle doc grid. So I'm definitely keen to see if it sort of stands out a lot, because I don't really like when the dots are really pronounced when you do your weekly spread. Page numbers on every page, and they are below the dot grid. So it really annoys me when they put the, some companies put the little page number within the grid, and then you lose some dots, like the Rodeo Goal Book does that. I like when they put it underneath, which this one's done, which is great. I got it on both sides. That bright white paper I was telling you about, which is really smooth to write on. Now the pages do kind of want to curl up, as you can see, but if you turn the notebook over, you can do this with any dot grid notebook, and like bend the spine back a bit. It doesn't wreck it at all, it's fine. And then you turn it over. Sorry, it's a bit awkward with one hand. And then the pages will lay flat, as you can see. They're now laying flat. Cool. And it also has 2 ribbon bookmarks. It'd be great if they were different colors, but they're both dark gray, but at least you get 2. Could mark your monthly and then your daily or your weekly or whatever you're putting on your dot grid. Let's go to the pen test. So, do the usual, gel pens, ballpoint, fine tip, etc. Now, the paper quality was not brilliant. I was expecting a bit better because it feels thick. It feels nice and thick and smooth, but it was a bit prone to ghosting, especially the marker pens. If I'm going to use this notebook, pretty much as per usual for all doc grid notebooks, I would go with a ballpoint pen because it's less prone to ghosting and bleed through. Highlighters and stamps, same deal, fair bit of ghosting showing through on the other side, and that annoying mammy stamp that always bleeds through. So ballpoint pens, if you're going to use this one. Now, a page that I don't really understand why they would include it is the contacts page, and they give you multiple contacts pages. I'm like, well, where's the multiple contents pages? So you've got 3 contacts pages, I guess you could make it into an index page if you wanted to. And then they've got a little ID passwords, you know, your username logins, which is quite handy. And then that's it. So, yeah, they could increase the contents and get rid of contacts. They have this little pocket folder thing at the back, kind of like a half pocket folder, I guess. You can slip some paper into. And then that's it for the notebook. So, it's not too bad. I don't mind it. Very hard to find a pure white paper like this in sewn bound style, in this book bound format. So this could be a good option for you if that really annoys you, like it does mean you don't want yellow paper. Kind of a plain front cover. And that's really it for this notebook. I will include the link below to all those details, etc. if you're interested, as well as a comparison that I've done for more than 30 dot grid notebooks. If this one was kind of okay, but not like perfect for you, then maybe you'll find one on that comparison, which I will link below. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of planner review videos or dot grid notebooks each week on my YouTube channel.